The Solar Claim Jumpers 2353. Chief Astrid Vinter II of Yggdrasil felt a rare, quiet triumph. The holographic projection before her displayed newly discovered asteroid clusters beyond the Kuiper Belt, regions painstakingly mapped by NAAA. Dr. Alara Vance, chief astrogation specialist, confirmed their unprecedented richness in exotic materials. Designated the Vinter veins in Astrid's honor, these deposits promise to secure NAAA's resource base for generations, solidifying Yggdrasil's self-sufficiency. The present frame timeline was 2353. This discovery, a direct result of NAAA's deep space capabilities and the Helios Prime salvage data, was a monumental win, validating decades of pioneering effort. But the vastness of space offered few secrets for long. The success of the Helios Prime mission, widely publicized despite MSA attempts at downplaying it, had drawn unwelcome attention. Lars, Astrid Systems' lead, reported faint, unregistered energy signatures on the perimeter of Claim Zone Beta 7 within the Vinter veins. Their movement patterns suggested organized prospecting. No transponders, Chief, Lars confirmed, his tone laced with concern. High-end propulsion harmonics. This activity smells orchestrated, not random. Their energy signatures are disguised but detectable, suggesting sophisticated, non-NAAA vessels. Astrid ordered a diplomatic hail, adhering to NAAA Deep Space Protocol. It went unanswered. Instead, a day later, a formal communiqué arrived from OmniCorp Ventures. Addressed to the MSA, with NAAA as an interested party, the document asserted OmniCorp's right to prospect in any unclaimed and unregulated sectors of solar space beyond the Earth-Luna system. They argued the Vinter veins, as newly discovered regions, fell outside NAAA's exclusive mandate, claiming first come, first served. Silas Thorne, OmniCorp's aggressive CEO, had already deployed automated mining equipment within NAAA's marked zones. Eric Hansen, NAAA's chief negotiator, recognized the gambit. They are exploiting the MSA's jurisdictional ambiguities, Chief. They leverage the same unclaimed space argument we successfully used for Helios Prime, twisting it against us. This is a deliberate challenge to NAAA's authority and resource claims. The MSA, led by Chairman Jian Li, found itself in a difficult position. OmniCorp Ventures held deep financial and political ties to powerful Earth-based blocs, eager to curb NAAA's growing independence. Li's office issued a non-committal statement calling for dialogue and restraint, effectively granting OmniCorp tacit approval through inaction. The inherent fragmentation of deep space governance, previously highlighted by the solar salvage mandate, was now blatantly exposed. They are daring us, Chief, Lars stated, as Alara Sensors confirmed OmniCorp was rapidly deploying heavy automated mining units within the richest Vinter vein sections. They are testing our resolve, pushing the boundaries to see how far they can go before we retaliate. Astrid convened her inner circle. Direct military engagement is out of the question, she stated, her voice calm but firm. It would be a political disaster, providing ammunition for Earth-based blocs to strip us of our autonomy. We cannot give them that. So, we allow them to seize our resources? Lars's frustration was palpable. All our investment, all our pioneering risks, just for them to waltz in and take it? We fight smarter, Lars, Astrid replied, her gaze firm. We make the cost of their aggression higher than the profit they anticipate. This is a battle of strategy, not brute force. Alara Vance's analysis revealed OmniCorp's vessels, while advanced, were heavily modified for speed and payload, not stealth or defensive posture. Their network architecture, designed for rapid deployment, lacked deep security integration. These factors presented exploitable vulnerabilities. Eric Hansen, meanwhile, began preparing NAAA's counteroffensive. He constructed a robust legal case, leveraging NAAA's pre-existing exploration and mapping efforts, its substantial investment in deep space infrastructure, and the implicit mandate derived from the solar salvage mandate. He argued that NAAA had made these regions safe and accessible, earning priority access. The tensions escalated. OmniCorp pushed deeper, deploying drones that interfered with NAA's sensors and jammed communications. Their tactics were aggressive, designed to sow confusion and disruption. Then came a direct act of piracy. An NAA geological survey drone, GEAR, went silent. Alera's team tracked its last known trajectory, confirming OmniCorp's capture. The GEAR contained valuable proprietary sensor data and experimental material analysis modules, representing a significant intellectual property theft. "They took it, Chief," Lars reported, his voice tight. "Right out of our operational zone. A blatant act of piracy." "An act they will deny," Astrid responded, her voice hardening. "Lars, prepare for surgical cyber retaliation. Non-destructive. Make their operations deeply uncomfortable and unprofitable, but ensure it is untraceable to Yggdrasil. Create plausible deniability, making it appear as systemic failures, not an attack." Lars's team, utilizing the highly advanced autonomous swarm logistics, launched a precise, multifaceted cyber attack. NAA drones, operating in synchronized swarms, deployed micro-signal jammers to create localized interference patterns. They subtly injected corrupted navigation data into OmniCorp's drone network, causing prospecting units to drift, waste fuel, and even collide with non-critical asteroids. OmniCorp's automated mining units reported spurious material readings, forcing constant manual overrides by frustrated technicians. Their communication channels became unreliable, their data streams corrupted, plummeting their operational efficiency. Concurrently, Eric Hansen initiated NAA's media campaign. Leveraging Alera's network among independent deep space journalists and academics, he released meticulously compiled data to orbital news outlets and deep space ethics advocacy groups. These packets contained irrefutable evidence of OmniCorp's aggressive expansion, their cyber attacks against NAA sensors, and the unauthorized capture of the GEAR drone. The narrative was carefully crafted. NAA, a responsible pioneer and steward of deep space, was being attacked by a rapacious corporate giant exploiting legal loopholes and the MSA's weakness. Articles, complete with leaked images of OmniCorp's militaristic vessels encroaching on NAA-marked territory, painted a damning picture. Public reaction, particularly among independent orbital habitats and younger populations on Earth, was immediate and overwhelmingly supportive of NAA. Hashtags like #HandsOffNAAA and #SpaceNotForSale trended across orbital networks. The MSA faced increasing pressure to act, not just from NAA, but from a mobilized public demanding effective governance in deep space. Astrid, however, knew that information warfare and cyber tactics were only part of the solution. OmniCorp still held the GEAR drone, a physical act of aggression against NAA's intellectual property. "We need our drone back," she instructed Lars and Alera. "And we need to do it without leaving a single trace that NAA was involved. This must be an undetectable extraction." Alera's analysis of OmniCorp's network vulnerabilities, gleaned during Lars's cyber attacks, revealed a key weakness: a shared data conduit between their primary command vessel and a forward-deployed storage platform. This conduit was lightly defended, relying on deep space isolation. The storage platform, a modular construction, had a standardized bay design, a known vulnerability for NAA's modularity experts. "We can infiltrate," Alera stated, "but it requires a close approach. Too risky for a human-piloted vessel due to kinetic defenses." "Not for a human-guided drone," Astrid mused. "Lars, configure one of our smaller, high-stealth drones for a precision recovery. One that can mimic OmniCorp's own drone signatures and use their network protocols against them." Lars's team rapidly prepared a highly modified NAA scout drone, designated Skuld. Small, coated in stealth metamaterial, and equipped with a multi-spectral chameleon skin, it was nearly invisible. A small, autonomous micro-swarm would accompany it, acting as decoys and network spoofers. Lieutenant Commander Freya Holm, a talented NAA scout pilot known for her precision and quick thinking, was selected for the remote piloting mission. From a shielded command center on Yggdrasil, she guided the Skuld and its micro-swarm through OmniCorp's digitally compromised network. The tension in the room was palpable. Freya maneuvered the Skuld through the asteroid field, using gravitational anomalies to mask her approach. The microswarm silently infiltrated OmniCorp's drone network, creating an illusion of routine traffic, spoofing sensor readings, and causing minor malfunctions. The Skuld reached the OmniCorp storage platform, entering through a service access port identified by Alara. Inside, Freya located the gear drone, secured within a holding bay. She activated the Skuld's override module, disengaging the locks. The manipulators carefully detached the gear, securing it within Skuld's internal cargo bay. Suddenly, a klaxon blared. An unexpected OmniCorp patrol vessel, returning from a deep space sweep, had registered a faint energy signature. A sensor array locked onto Skuld's position. "They have a lock, Freya," Lars yelled, his voice tight. "Evasive." Immediately, full spectral scan initiated. Freya reacted instantly. She threw the Skuld into a chaotic flight path, activating emergency stealth protocols. The microswarm, acting on pre-programmed directives, generated a burst of false positives, overloading OmniCorp's external sensor net. For agonizing seconds, the Skuld vanished in the digital static. Then, a single, clear signal blipped back onto NAAA screens. The gear was safe, back under NAAA control, escaping into deep space, leaving only confusion and digital echoes. On Yggdrasil, a collective sigh of relief filled the command center. They had succeeded. The fallout was swift. OmniCorp Ventures, exposed by media, its operations crippled by NAAA's cyber attacks, and its captured asset brazenly recovered, had no choice but to withdraw. Silas Thorne, his reputation tarnished, issued a terse, non-committal statement citing unforeseen operational challenges. Chairman Lee of the MSA, though privately relieved, was furious. He convened an emergency review, accusing NAAA of excessive and unilateral actions. "Chief Vinter," he declared, his projected hologram radiating displeasure, "your alliance has demonstrated a blatant disregard for established protocols. It sets a dangerous precedent for frontier justice." Astrid met his gaze evenly. "Chairman, NAAA acted to protect its assets and personnel where the MSA's authority proved insufficient. We faced piracy and cyber attack. Our response was measured, non-lethal, and demonstrably effective. We did not instigate conflict. We defended our interests. Had the MSA enforced its shared framework, such actions would not have been necessary." Her words were a subtle, pointed rebuke of the MSA's limitations. The debate within the MSA raged for weeks. Powerful Earth-based blocs, wary of NAAA's growing power, demanded new regulations and oversight. Other factions, however, praised Astrid's decisive leadership. The incident solidified NAAA's resolve. In response to MSA's weakness and OmniCorp's aggression, NAAA formally established the Solar Zone Defense Initiative. This comprehensive framework outlined NAAA's protocols for the detection, deterrence, and defense of its deep space claims and operational zones. It operated independent of, though not hostile to, MSA oversight, including expanded NAAA patrols, enhanced cybersecurity, and sophisticated autonomous defense networks. This initiative was a clear declaration of partial sovereignty in the solar system, a statement that NAAA would protect its interests where existing governance faltered. It marked a significant shift in deep space politics, moving beyond vague jurisdictional disputes to open, if non-military, confrontations over economic territory and the right to self-determination. The Vinta Veins, once a resource-rich asteroid cluster, had become a symbol of NAAA's resilience and of the deepening fractures within humanity's grand expansion. The struggle for unity was far from over. It was merely expanding to encompass a larger sky, with its rules shaped by those bold enough to venture beyond the familiar.